Well, and it's interesting. So you were talking about Kiana. My Nicholas was very similar.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know about networking until Shannon and I founded Wise Women Connect. I didn't even know really what that was.
Yep.
That was back in, I think, 2012, 13, maybe. So, but when Nicholas was younger, one of our neighbors brought over a big box of incense. And I didn't want anything to do with it because I know it was chemical based incense and not like natural.
Right.
And so I was going to wait till after they left and I was going to put it in the trash. And Nicholas said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "We're not burning this in our house." And he said, "Mom, that's my inventory." And he was 7. And I said, "What do you mean that's your inventory?" He said, "I'm going to sell this." And so I'm like, okay. And so we live in a subdivision. And so he said, "Can I borrow your cooler?" Because we had a cooler on wheels with so with a black Sharpie, he wrote on the cooler, which we still have, $1 each, 6 for $5. And he took that little thing, and when he got a little scooter, like like electric razor scooter, he somehow rigged it up so he had the cooler following him on the scooter, and then when he started riding the bike, then he had it on his bike. But he would go around. We live off a road that has like subdivision after subdivision, so he would like go house to house and sell incense, and he made maybe $400 like one summer. And so later that year we had a garage sale, and of course he had his like little incense booth. Most kids have lemonade booths. Nicholas had and he made his own website at age 7 because he was like technologically brilliant. And that was his deal. So I was in graduate school at the time, and so my mom came down to help, and I had to go to class. It was a Saturday afternoon, and I said, she said, "Can Nicholas go and visit some of the other garage sales?" And I said, "Yes, but make sure that he keeps some of his money that he earned back, from the garage sale." And so when I got home, he had no money left, but I walked in and my entire kitchen table was full of candles. And I looked at my mom and I'm like, what is this? And she said, "Don't get mad at me." She could never tell him no. And he came in and he's like, "Mom, I got more inventory." And I'm like, "What do you mean inventory?" I said, you have incense. And he goes, "But my number one resistant, buyer, they would always tell me they don't burn incense, they burn candles." So now I have candles. And I was just like so proud.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so then he sold incense and candles. And I remember going trick-or-treating with him later that fall. And he'd say, "There's a client, there's a client, there's a client," And so instead of going and saying trick-or-treat to his clients, before he'd say trick-or-treat, he'd say, "How's that incense working out for you? Do you need me to stop by and sell you some more?" And then he'd go into the trick-or-treat. Yeah.